Alright guys, Michael Rosmer from Richucation again. We're here to talk today about the concept, and we're studying mastery. And how is it that we gain mastery quicker? Alright? There's a really interesting concept. I call it the triforce of learning. And it's actually a concept, I believe, that comes from Confucius, from like 500 BC, and he might have got it from somewhere else. But he said, there's three ways in which we obtain wisdom. And I'll draw out for you what these three ways are. They are, first of all, imitation. And imitation we've talked about as modeling, okay? And so imitation, he would say, is the easiest way to learn, okay? Then the next is experience, okay? So experience is going out there. This comes partially through deliberate practice, and it partially comes through just going and getting beaten down in life. Some of us have definitely had that experience. The third is by reflection, all right? And this is the one that I want to focus on talking about today, because reflection, when they've studied top performers, one of the things that top performers have different from lower end performers is they have this concept of a mental model. So they understand mentally the model of how it is that what they're doing works. This is one of the things that fascinates me. I get juice and joy out of having an understanding of where I can say, okay, if this happens, then that will trigger this, which will cause this, which will cause this, which, there's this ripple effect. And Ray Dalio is really great for this as an example, talking about how the economic machine works. He has a video called Economic Principles. It's a website, economicprinciples.org, and it's a fantastic 30-minute video he's put together on how the economy works, looking at the debt cycles. And really, really fantastic video, but it shows this concept of a mental model, and it really reflects in how well he does, because where does he end up? He was just named the most successful hedge fund manager ever, having produced more returns than any other hedge fund manager in history. In 2010, his fund produced more return than like Google, Yahoo, Amazon, and some other company combined, which sounds slightly more impressive than it is, because let's face it, Amazon doesn't have much profit most of the time. But being better than Google is certainly saying something. So what we want to do is, as we're doing our learning, we want to be reflecting. And basically this is a cycle. All three of these are really important. If you just dive into one of them, you're only going to get part of the picture. But by diving into all three, the triforce of learning, as I call it, and cycling it, you imitate someone, then you try it, you go and you have that experience, you go and do it, and then you reflect on how it went, and then you go and you do some more imitation. And you can go either way, you can start at either point, whatever. As I mentioned initially, when we're starting out, we started with imitation. There's actually a third or a fourth piece that we can throw in there later, which is an effective way to combine them. But for now, we're going to talk about the fact that you want to build a mental model. So this comes from, you have to get into it, but you think about, okay, how does this work? Well, when I did this was what happened. Okay. And by building that mental model, it's going to accelerate your learning. It's one of the things that we did with Richucation, was we would build models of how does business work? How does wealth building work? What goes on here? And then we'd find out something, we'd test it, and we'd discover, okay, this doesn't work the way we thought, or it does. And eventually we come to something which probably is elegant in its simplicity, but really provides a profound insight and helps you to be better at teaching, more effective at doing on a consistent basis, and more effective at improving. Really hope that helps you out. I hope you go home and apply it. Again, as with everything, rhythm creates results. So go and apply some rhythm to this and get yourself some results. We'll see you on the next video.